Well, students, we shall continue with Unit 2, the lesson, the first phase of Indian national movement. And in the last unit, we saw the three phases of the Indian national movement, that is the early nationalist or the moderates, the later nationalist or the radicals, or they are also called as assertives. The third, we saw the Gandhian era. Then the next we saw the methods adopted by the moderates or the early nationalists. Then we winded up with the contribution of Dadabhai Navroji. Now this is a very important question about Dadabhai Navroji. Now what was his contribution as an unofficial ambassador to England, then role in Congress, and how he exposed the true nature of the British. Now let us continue with Unit 2, the contributions of Surendranath Banerjee. Surendranath Banerjee laid the foundation of Indian Association in the year 1876. The aims of it were to educate the people, to create strong public opinion, and to arouse political consciousness. He created an All India political organization. In order to create All India political organization, he convened Indian National Conference in the year 1883 and merged it with Indian National Congress. He was chosen as the President of Congress twice. Who was chosen as the President of Congress thrice? Yes, it is Dadabhai Navroji. Surendranath Banerjee was chosen as the President of Congress twice. So when did he convene the Indian National Congress? It was in the year 1883. Now let us see what were his political ideas. He edited a newspaper called Bengali, which was a powerful medium or to carry out the message and mobilizing public opinion. Now this particular paper was created, it became a very powerful weapon in order to send the messages and to mobilize public opinion. So the masses got together, they knew what was happening in India and so on. As we studied in the role of paper during the second half of the 19th century, can you name a few newspapers that was published during that particular period of time? Yes, it was the Amrit Bazar Patrika, the Hindu, the Times, and so on and so forth. Now his book Nation in the Making throws light on his political concern and his views about self-government. So what was the book? Nation in the Making. Now what does this book throw light on? On political concern and its views about the self-government. Remember these contributors, that is the moderates, wanted a self-government within the framework of the British rule. Okay, name any two repressive acts passed by Lord Lytton. What were the acts passed by him? The Vernacular Press Act, the Arms Act, reducing the age for ICS examination from 21 to 19, which made Indians difficult to compete and participate. So all that was done by Lord Lytton, making it impossible for the Indians. But what did Surendranath Banerjee do? Now Surendranath Banerjee agitated against these particular acts. Now let us see what are the acts he agitated against. He opposed the Morley-Minto reforms of 1909, which laid an emphasis to have a separate election for Hindus and Muslims. Now this was done in order to create a wedge between Hindus and Muslims. I told you in the last unit itself. Now when they got together, they became a strong force to fight against the British. And so they wanted a separate division. They wanted a breakup between Hindus and the Muslims. So he opposed the Minto-Morley reforms in the year 1909, which introduced a separate electorates for Hindus and Muslims. He opposed the partition of Bengal, which was proposed by Lord Curzon in the year 1905. So in the later chapter, we will study about this partition of Bengal, which was proposed by Lord Curzon in the year 1905. So 16th October 1905 was called as a mourning day for the Bengalis. Now we shall study that in the next chapter. Now let us see the contributions of Gopalakrishna Gokhale. Gokhale favored the use of constitutional means to achieve his goals. He opposed the policies of British government whenever necessary. He criticized the British government for incurring huge expenditure on the army. Remember the subsidiary alliance introduced by Lord Wellesley, which stated that the native rulers who agreed to subsidiary alliance had to maintain British troops at their own cost, in which the Indians virtually lost their independence. And that's why he criticized the British government for incurring huge expenditure on the army. The next, he opposed against the British for adopting a policy of racial discrimination and not appointing the Indians to a higher post. An example to cite, if the educated Indians were well qualified, they were not given a suitable job or a higher status. Take another example, the military, under the military causes, the promotion to an Indian was very, very bleak. He was against the British government for imposing production tax on cotton. He also, like Surendranath Banerjee, opposed the Minto-Morley reforms, which was introduced in the year 1909. What was the main aim of this Minto-Morley reforms? It was to create a separate electorate for the Hindus and the Muslims, thus dividing the relationship between the Hindus and the Muslims. During his visit to England, he tried to persuade the British not to give effect or support the partition of Bengal. Last unit we had studied about partition of Bengal. Who was the mastermind behind this? It was Lord Curzon. And when did this happen? In the year 1905. So when was it considered as a mourning day in Bengal? It was the 16th October. Now let us see what did Gopalakrishna Gokhale set up in the year 1905. In the year 1905, he set up a Servants of Indian Society. What was the aim of it? The aim of it was to train national leaders to dedicate themselves to the service of India. What was the aim? To train national leaders to dedicate themselves to the service of India. Now let us see his role in the Imperial Legislative Council. He pleaded in the council for the reduction in salt duty. In the later chapter, we will learn how Gandhiji also followed Gokhale's footstep in civil disobedience movement. In the year 1930, he started off the salt satyagraha in order to defy the salt tax. So that's why later we study Gopalakrishna Gokhale was called as the political guru or mentor to Gandhiji. He also worked relentlessly to reduce the toll tax. He passed a bill to make primary education compulsory, but could not achieve much in this. Now, a question to you all. Why is the basic education necessary? Think for an answer. The next is, he demanded better jobs for the educated Indians and insisted the British government to reduce the land revenue. Why do you think he would have asked the British government to give better job to educated Indians? Remember, they were not given much jobs. They said they were less qualified. The Indians were less qualified for taking any job which was given by the British. The last we see, Gokhale was called as a political guru or mentor to Gandhiji. Not me. It was Gopalakrishna Gokhale. Okay, now we shall know the reason why he was called as a guru or mentor to Gandhiji. Now Gokhale, when he in South Africa, helped Gandhiji to fight against racial discrimination. Now you all know what's the meaning of racial discrimination. A difference created in colors between the blacks and the white. The ill treatment done to the black. And the credit of persuading Gandhiji to return back to India and join active politics goes to Gopalakrishna Gokhale. And that's why Gandhiji accepted Gokhale to be his political mentor or guru. Now this is a common question which has been repeated. Why is Gopalakrishna Gokhale called the political guru or mentor of Gandhiji? So the answer will be, when in South Africa, he helped Gandhiji to fight against the racial discrimination, and he persuaded Gandhiji to return back to India to join the active politics. Well, students, we have finished with the unit 2 of the lesson, the first phase of Indian national movement. So you can expect questions like this. Name the acts which Surendranath Banerjee agitated. Why did Surendranath Banerjee establish the Indian Association and when? The next question with regard to Gopalakrishna Gokhale. Gokhale was called the political mentor. State the reason. Then last one is, what was the role played by Gopalakrishna Gokhale as a member of Imperial Legislative Council? Thank you. Students, we have completed lesson 1, 2, 3 in history, and here's the oral test for you all. It is crack the rapid fire questions within no minutes. So start, your time starts now. You should be very quick. Be unmindful of all the symbols which are given, but certain symbols are the clues which are an answer for your questions. Okay, your time starts now. The first question is, why was 1857 revolt called the Sepoy Mutiny? The second one, name the new weapon introduced. The clue is Brown Bess. The act that was passed in 1829. The Nation in the Making, edited by. Act related to different or local languages. The early nationalist period started from dash to dash. Grand Darbar was associated with no Yeshwantpur, but some other places. Name any two. One term of subsidiary alliance. The 10th question, the new law. You have to look out. Disturbing thoughts of Maulvis and Pandits. Modern innovation. And the 13th one is, you are my guru. Page 2, 14th question, 1909 associated with. Then 15th, Satya Shodak Samaj, name the person. 1884, what was formed? Aim of INC, anyone. 1905, 2 events. Then 19th one is unofficial ambassador, not a car. Then the figure you can see and guess the figure, and it is ERA, era. Then 72 is not my age. Then what is it? Then venue shifted. Then 23rd is safety valve. Name the person. And 24th is ill CP bill. Guess what it is? 25th is Krishna Gopala with education. So well, students, if you have scored 25, it's very good. with the nomads. 20 can do better. 18 is just okay. And if you get below than that, you have to start listening and reading once again.